So this might be a big mistake. It's pretty late in the day, but I'm going to attempt to do some of these puzzles. Can I do these puzzles at 11 p.m. at night? Let's find out. How do I even get to the puzzles? That's the first thing. 22 is next. Yes? Yes, because I did my main road last time. Main road was pretty difficult, so if sidetracked is anything like it, I may have trouble. Doesn't look like it'll be as bad. There's not as many moving parts at the very least. And it's very symmetrical. It is 100% rotationally symmetrical. Okay, that's also nice. It means I can not worry about, like with main road it wasn't, so I had to be, at least I don't think it was. Hold on. I want to double check just because, okay, gotta go this way. No, yeah, definitely not. It's definitely not rotationally, and it's also not like vertically mirrored because of the position of the disc in the middle, right? Yep. Over here, sidetracked. Sorry, I got sidetracked for a moment. Yes. Okay, so right now, neither of them can get anywhere without pushing the discs around. So what could we do by doing that? Not a whole lot, except like pushing you into there. That's about all I've got, right? I mean, unless I push you out the way. And push you out here. I mean, that's also an option. Okay. And because it's symmetric, we can do it the same thing this way around, which would be like, I don't know, something like this. So how is this ever going to work? Let's think about that. How does the ending look? Actually, I'm not quite sure. The ending is a little bit open to possibilities, it seems to me. Like I could just be pushing this black disc, or one of the discs, along that white corridor down there. Or similarly along this black corridor here. Or I might be pushing it out of this space. This black space down here onto that thing. Yeah, there's a few options. A few potential options. Okay, so at the beginning, my possibilities are this or this. From this place, what can I do? Not a whole lot without first taking you through there. Which is interesting because it gets us to this position. Although, wouldn't I rather be pushing that out to the left? I would. Doesn't mean I can. And once again, if we're against the wall, we're against the wall, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, let's do this for now, actually. Let's do this for now, actually. Ooh, what about this? You come here. No, because then you're not in the right. Okay. I was thinking if you could be here and then somehow that disc would get above the black player and then I'd push up, it would go there. Why that specifically? Actually, I don't know why that specifically. I have thoughts. This is kind of interesting. This is very interesting because it does that. However, we ain't done. What about the other disc? It's such a wild mechanic, this. Like, the way it's like changing the level layout by pushing these boxes around. Like you could sort of think of it as like being an upstairs and a downstairs, like in a traditional Circleman game. It's like the white floor is upstairs, and the box that the white is pushing around is a crate, and we can stay upstairs if we stand on top of the crate. That sort of makes sense until there are also anti-crates which make tunnels through the upstairs, and then this one can walk through those tunnels to stay downstairs. And then when you push a crate or an anti-crate against, or either into an upstairs area from downstairs or into a downstairs area from upstairs, it turns from a crate to an anti-crate or an anti-crate into a crate. Yes, that's how I will now think about this game. That will help me. Okay, so I was thinking, well, if we go back a little bit, before you go out there, when does that happen? Come on. Come on. It's like, come on, how much walking around did I do? Here, no? What was I doing? Was this me talking about the crates and anti-crates? I think it probably was. Let's do this. And then Y. Not sure I'm a big fan of that, to be honest. This is a bad situation. Okay. The difficult thing is going to be the fact that those two discs are going to be so far apart from each other at the end. So how am I pushing them both into position without using the other disc to help me on the other side? I think that's the thing I need to think about. How could one disc assist in pushing the other disc while being near enough to its goal that I don't need the other disc to help it? Well, yeah, okay, that is the thing here. Okay. So, let's say a disc were in this white corridor on the left. And then the black character pushed it down onto that space. Simultaneously, the other disc would have to be over in the black corridor on the right, and the white character is over there pushing it onto its goal space. Alright, let's imagine that's possible. It's not, but let's imagine it. So how will they get into that position while they're both that far apart from each other? I wouldn't, is the answer. Yeah, what is the viable end condition here? How could we... I mean, maybe one of them is helping. So like, let's say like we managed to push a disc out of here onto that dot, right? So it's in here and push onto there. So white has to go over there to do the other one. Let's say the other discs were around that we could go through, we get there. Could we then somehow get that disc, or if it were here even, can we then somehow get that disc into the right place? Well, we could at least do this and push it there. But white wouldn't be able to push it up, that would be the issue. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a classic, that's the issue I'm trying to avoid, is where, sure, I can use one of this to help me do the other one, but then how can I get the disc that was the helper to its rightful resting place? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's say I'm pushing a disc out of this row onto the goal. Then I need to, after having done that, to get into the space, there has to have been a disc here to connect me across. And then there's another one inside, so let's say. It could be the same one in theory. Could it? No. It could. It couldn't. It could. It could be the same one. Like this. Let me try and create that situation actually. I can create it quite easily, I think. It'll be like this. No, so you do that. You do that. You get in there, push you down. No, you go in there, push you down. Then it's the same one that got you in here as pushed you out there. Which is quite an interesting move. We can't just make it from here, can we? No. There's always just going to be the problem of how do I get it further along. I've got to push it over a black area. Therefore, at some point, this has to push it away from a wall in the black area, therefore the other disc has to be present. Right. There's something else happens here, like, so it would be white that pushes that. And then black would push that. So yeah, you get in there. No. This is just the same situation. That doesn't help. My inclination is that we end up on that space either by pushing out of, well, yes, by pushing out of this space, this black area into that white space, but we might not push straight onto this, we might push here and then come around and push it down. Would that work? It would involve too many discs, wouldn't it? Because to push it out of this space, it has to be the white marker, the white character, words. So they'd have to be in a disc and then push that way. Then I have to be doing this, but then we've got a disc left behind. So that doesn't feel plausible. Definitely don't want you to go that way. Could have you come around this way, but then what? What is the end state? How could both discs be in a position that I can get them to their goals while not needing the other one to help out? Because to push through a region of the other color, I need another disc. Do I? Yes. No. Not necessarily. Not if they're already in that region of the other color. Like if I could end up in a situation where I guess I can use my cursor. Maybe is the cursor visible? Not sure. Well, one of the characters in here is in the top white area, and so is a disc, and then also the black one's in this. No, the white player is in this black area down here with a disc. Then they can both finish off the job. How would they get there? In that situation, it's not going to be symmetric at the end. In that sense, there's not going to be one here, one there. It's going to be different to that somehow. I just don't get how. To push across this thing, yes, we would need two discs involved. To push across the like one wide bit of the level, like this bit, because black would have to be in the white circle, and then push a disc from there into that side. Let's say that happened. So we've got a disc over there. If white could just get around, so then this one would go here, and somehow get to the other place. So there's another disc here at this point, where I just moved to. It's not going to happen. How am I going to push through the white area? I'm not going to. I would just be able to get it into the white area, but then do nothing else. Wait, so black is currently being used. No, I could do that, and then this. But then what? Because I need the other disc, which is now over here, to help with this one. Would I not? Okay, let's play around for a bit. Let's just do a bit of a search of the possibilities. Well, these possibilities are great. Hold on, if you go around there, then we can push you in this way. Is that better for some reason? I had a theory that was better. Why? Oh, because I can do this. Sure. I've done that before. Okay, so is there a way to get to that state after having already done this one? I don't think so. How to get you back away from there? You go there. But then how am I getting you out? I guess potentially... This is never the answer, because then you're stuck against the wall. So we're not coming along this, we're coming through this area somehow. Coming through this area and somehow having the other disc in its area. What? How? There's like an end condition that I'm just not seeing. What is it? How can we have a disc in this area, able to push it out to get it to this, while at the same time being able to get the other disc to there? If the disc is in if the disc that's in this area is in the, I hope my cursor is visible. I'll move to putting stuff like this, I guess. If the disc is in one of these two spaces, then it's only being pushed by white, which would have to be in the disc here, okay, or here. Okay, let's say it's in this corner one actually, because I think that'll be easier. So there's a disc in this corner, and there's a disc there. White is in the disc in this corner. Push to the left. Cool. We now have a disc over there. Now, how would I get this disc all the way to its goal? It's not going to happen. Without the other disc helping, it's not going to happen. Okay? Terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Because the other disc has to be pushed over the top white area. Which again requires... doesn't require the other disc. Pretty much requires it though, doesn't it? Okay, so the disc on the left is already done. Maybe it's still useful somehow. There's a disc in this corner, and then let's say I wanted to push it upwards. I would then have to be me, this black character. I'd have to go to the, have to get it into the black area in a disc, which it can't. Yeah, okay, so we're not getting out to this corner. Okay, cool. So then this space, a bit more freedom. Only to push it up though, so not down. Okay, so if there's a disk in this space and we push one to the left, then we could push it up with the black character. And then it would have to go further up because we don't have a disk to get through the side of here. So we'd have to go further up like that. And then we could come around and press this. But then if this disk is already down this bottom left corner, how is this disk ever getting over anywhere? How is this disk ever getting over anywhere? It's not. Because the black character would have to come help out, but can only help out if it can get through a disk. Okay. So I don't think it's being pushed over either of these two spaces. I think it's going to be down in this area and get pushed out to the left. Okay. So what is the way of getting... Let's say there are a disk here in the space that I just moved into, and the black character was over here. White character comes through to the bottom. This one pushes it over. Pushes it in there. Oh yeah, sure, the other character to go to the top. And then push it down. Wouldn't help. It's going to have to be pushed in downwards with the white character in the bottom right here. Then we push it left. Okay, so let's say that happens. This pushes that disc in, then to the left we push this one. All the while, the other disc is somewhere else. I guess in its own region of there. So let's say we do that. How does this get across to there? This is impossible. This is genuinely impossible. Is this genuinely impossible? For some reason, a position that feels important to me is one where there are discs where the two characters are right now. Because that connects up both black regions and both white regions. But how would they get the discs anywhere from there? I wouldn't... No, that's not a great position to be in. What on earth does the end state look like? If... Oh my gosh, why did I press that so much? I suppose the undo doesn't really need to track every time I switch between them. It's not really a state change. I get that it keeps track of like an individual, like one of them, but it could just undo one of them, even if I do many of them, if I switch many times. Okay, let's say you were there and I could push you down. This is currently the most viable option I've got. Somehow you're there and I'm above you. I push you down. The white would have to come over through a thing, push you to the left. Then we'd sort of somehow have to get to back to the other one. What? Yeah, no. It's not happening. Push that down. Right, let's come over. There'd be another disc in the space below me right now. I'd be able to push it to the right, I guess. Or to the left. Into there, push it up. Yeah. Once one of the discs is done, the other one can't be done. So I can only do one at a time. Definitely don't want both of those against that edge. Or against those two edges. Okay, I want to push this out, but I want to push it down and then do this. But I was also thinking I want to push you that way. I guess I can. But then how does that one get back? You being in that corner is pretty bad. Wait, this isn't just possible, is it? Am I overcomplicating this? I am, aren't I? This is like super simple. What? What? That was super simple, but also wasn't? I'm going back in just for a second. What? That was... What was that? Was that ever happening at some points? No. That was happening at some points. You were going around there. You were in here, and like that. But somehow you were across, like this. No. We did this, and then you did that one. Okay, so the trick is that you had to bring them both in here. I mean, the thing I wasn't really seeing the whole time is that I can just drag this across. I just have to keep transferring them. Like this. Like that. Oh my gosh. That wasn't so complicated. I think, yeah, it's late. It's late. So I think that's part of what was going on there. So next time I'll try and play at a better time of the day and hopefully have a little less trouble. So 23, 24, eventually I'll have to go back to 14. One day. So we've got a time for being ahead, a time for being behind. Increase the view, confront difficulty. I've already been confronting difficulty. I don't need any more. Although I don't get, normally the titles are like related, but then increase the view, confront difficulty. Weird. And then there's still a whole bunch more to do. Not a whole lot more, 10 after those. Yeah, okay, we're getting there. We are indeed getting there.